interesting topic, and today we'll talk about extended family roles and how we can actually build on the structure of our extended families, especially in countries in the Middle East, Iran, Turkey, and so on. These countries of the East are built on extended families, and they love their extended families. Some of them, they use it as a political tool, some of them use it as a disruption tool, and some of them use it as a good force, as a very positive force for good. So let us look at the extended family in our current times, why they are effective and why sometimes they are not effective. So, and on this topic I shall start talking. So let's talk about extended families. Do we really need extended families, and is it something that is important for our society? I think this is the wrong question. You should not ask, do we really need extended families? You should ask, does extended families exist? And the actual fact, yes, they do exist, and they play a significant role in our current society and in so many societies. However, we should be thinking very carefully on how we utilize the extended family. And as family businesses were random, a father and a son working together, suddenly building a business and working together, and you don't have this kind of governance structure and so on to help in establishing such an institution. It's the same. Extended families should be an institution that people go to. It should be like the school institution. It should be like the university institution. It should be like the civil society institutions and so on. It should have a proper framework, a proper mechanism, a proper way of control, and a proper way of interaction with different entities and how they interact with each other, without establishing a very clear and proper way on looking at things in a form of governance, in a form of and a lot of people should build role models of extended family institution that play the social roles that we need. What is the role? What is the role of extended family? Is it disrupting security? Is it protecting corruptors? No. The role of extended family can come in so many ways. It can come helping the poor. It can come as a social, as a backbone social structure. It can be helping in terms of education and raising kids. It could be a way for creating a multi-partisan world. So we really should look at these things very carefully, how we can utilize extended families, and that is based on territory or based on family in a way that can contribute to the society. So let's look at the humanitarian sector, and we can learn a lot from the humanitarian sector, how these jobs emerge out of the humanitarian sector. You have this resilience modeler, you have this logistics support officers, you have this cleaner, you have this chef, and so on. Why extended families does not have this level of institution? So we really need to look at extended families as institution that can utilize the human capital of their family for the good force of all. And this is something that is not, we can talk about like, yeah, we need to do it. No, this is something important, and you should go to my video how we raise our kids, and you should go also to our to my video how some elements affect our social security, and we should come back to my videos on governance. So it's very important that we build role models of governance for our extended families, and we build social ranking, and we build how you should look at my video about youth problems and how extended families are not contributing in terms of marriage, are not contributing much in terms of employment. So we really need to look at these things and how they can contribute to our social fabric. Extended families extended families are not something that we look at, oh, this is just part of the family. We should actually teach people how to build institution out of their extended families and give these institutions ranking. Oh, this extended family is very famous for their contribution to our society. This extended family institution has done great for education. This extended families had done extensive work for our healthcare. This extended families has done a great contribution in terms of science and so on. Without having this clear institution that within the family, that is not only giving the older people the higher ranking. It should be an institution that involves everyone. It should be an institution that utilizes the human capital. It should be like an institution, a social fabric. It should be more like it should be like there should be some usually when the people control usually when you look at your ID, they start to organize you based on your location of residence. So they say he lives in this area, so he belongs to that governance or to that jurisdiction. And I think you should say he belongs to that jurisdiction, but he also belongs to that extended family, so you can actually look at different views on the social ranking of the individual, of his social contribution, without having a proper and clear, strong message about building a very strong governance for our extended families. We are actually just living with a group of human bodies that we don't know what are their interests, that we don't know what are the things they are trying to do, that in many cases controlled by a group of individuals or hijacked by a group of individuals rather than contributing to the whole family. So it's important that we organize our extended families in a way that they are becoming an institution that the individual can belong to and the individual can feel. And this is something that needs a lot of education, and this is something that a lot of people should consider in their lifetime. This is a great help for Jordan in general, as sometimes I talk about Jordan, but also they're a great help for many places across the globe, and it can give you a competitive advantage on how you operate on a global level. That was my talk. Have a great evening, and we'll see you later. Salam.